So as we wrap up, what's one piece of encouragement or advice you would give to educators and instructional designers? Oh boy, if I can talk, to educators and instructional designers who want to make a lasting impact, like you mentioned, whether they're just starting out or looking for fresh ways to connect with learners, whether it's the Generation Alpha that we talked about, or even, like someone like me that's teaching college classes or high school classes, or something like that. Yeah.
To connect to your learners, you got to
Yes.
tell them who they are. Tell them who they are. They may not know. Generation Alpha don't know that they're Generation Alpha. They don't know that they were the first, to be born in the 21st century, that they're the children of the millennials, that they're the largest generation in the history of the world. See, and the teachers didn't know that either. So not knowing who you're teaching will keep you from actually connecting with them, you
Right.
know?
Yes.
So if you're teaching college, then I believe you may be teaching at this stage. I'm not sure. It may be Generation Z, um,
Ye Yeah.
or uh,
Yeah, I'm
so here's my thing. Whatever generation that you're teaching, go do a deep dive on it. Just go Google what generation is. Uh, I don't know, a 22-year-old. What generation is that? And then do a deep dive, find out a little bit about them, and then find out how. And in finding that out, you'll find out how to connect with them in your own way. You would learn a
right.
little bit more about who you're teaching. You would tell them a little bit more about who they are, and there's the connection right there.
I love
They feel
that.
you know them. You've
Yeah.
connected to them. You've told them
Right.
something about themselves that they don't know.
That's great. I love that. Yeah, because it's funny because the university that I work for, we teach undergraduate, graduate, doctoral students. So we have
Ah,
multiple generations, right?
okay.
Yeah. So it's amazing because the way we teach undergraduate students that are coming out of high school, right, that are on the ground campus, we're going to approach them differently than how we approach graduate students that are working adults taking online classes, and then
There we
also how
go.
we approach those doctoral students that are professionals
Absolutely.
working in the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
The connection will come in the knowing of who they are.
exactly. And then you
There's
can
the
connect with
connection.
them. Absolutely. And then when it comes to, like you said, Generation Z, the Generation Alpha, right? Knowing each of those generations, and you may have a mixture of those. Not so much, in the middle school because they're in that Generation Alpha now. But when you get into those higher levels, like I have someone that I know that teaches high school, but she teaches multiple grades. And so I'm like,
Uh-huh.
well, yeah, you have to
Okay.
kind of, they may
Okay.
be in the same generation, but you have to know that your ninth graders are going to have different needs than your 10th and 11th graders, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. So being able to understand them, I love that idea. That's great. Yeah, because I have one student I learned the other day in my class right now, and she told me her age in a message. She's like, "I'm 45," and I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm going to tell my age. I'm 47, going on 48." So her and I are in the same generation.
So
So yeah,
right, the connection right there, and say
yes,
what say. Oh wow, we're both generation. Bam, and
yes,
from that, here's some unique things about us. Here's some unique things about how we learn. You know,
right,
and
exactly,
once again, there's connection. Tell them who they are,
right.
and connect with them in that way.
Right. I love that. That's great.